What's up my peeps, time for a brand new episode of WWE Mayhem, and in today's episode, I come to you after the most expensive, and also maybe the most disappointing loot opening that I've done. So if you missed the last episode, I opened up the limited edition or limited time only Icon Super Loot Case. The loot case that contains Powerhouse Undertaker. Currently the only loot case that contains Powerhouse Undertaker, the 4-star version, meaning the badass Taker who's got the quick strikes and also more power than the slower Undertaker. Now, he might have less health, but it's not by much, so who really cares? If he's quicker and stronger, to me, he is the superior Undertaker in the game. Now, he might have less health and less power than Andre the Giant, for instance, but Andre's got the slow strikes. So to me, this Undertaker is probably the best superstar in the game right now. He's got a lot of health and a lot of power. He's not the best in either of those, but he's balanced and strong in both. So, that aside, went ahead, opened it up, was really hoping for a 4-star superstar. If it wasn't a 4-star, I would have been okay with getting Goldust, because I've been trying to get Goldust now for the longest period of time since he was an Android exclusive, but I'm on iOS, and I ended up getting a superstar that I've already got, 3-star Razor Ramon. So pretty much I spent 1,400 gold just to get 50 4-star keys and maybe, you know, a little extra stats on Razor Ramon due to the overdrive. Although I like Razor Ramon and I like getting 4-star keys, not for 1,400 gold. But I knew what I was getting myself into. I knew the drop rates are listed right there. Now after that episode, today actually, for a couple of seconds I was thinking maybe I should go ahead and open up a second one. Maybe a second one would give me something better. And then thankfully I quickly caught myself and I was like, no, I can't go ahead and fall into this trap, because I've been there before, maybe not in Mayhem, but in other games, where I keep on getting something, hoping that the next one is going to give me something better. I was like, no, I'm not going to go ahead and spend another 1,400 gold just to get a 3-star superstar. Somebody in the comments section was like, try again, and if you get Booker T or Goldust, you'll be hype. And while that's true, if I did get Booker T or Goldust, I would be hype. Chances are I'll get a 3-star that's not Booker or Goldust. Well, actually, if I get 3-star Booker, I wouldn't be happy either. I would consider that another waste since I've already got 3-star Booker T. But thankfully, not everybody got the same result. A bunch of you got Powerhouse Taker according to your comments, and also somebody on the community page posted up a picture. He got Powerhouse Undertaker from the Icon Super Loot Case. So to you guys got some great luck. Congratulations on getting Powerhouse Taker. I truly think he is the best superstar in the game right now. I think what would make him even better is if he was a free agent. If he was a free agent just like John Cena, where you could use him in any event, and he's got the quick strikes, and he's pretty strong in both power and health, that would be the ultimate superstar. And that's also why John Cena is towards the top of my list of superstars in this game, because on top of having some good stats, he's also free agent, so you can use him in any events regardless of the requirement, except of course if it's like a star requirement, so you can't use a 4-star John Cena obviously in a 1-star event or something like that. But anyways, yeah, so somebody on the community page posted up a picture of them getting Powerhouse Taker, and apparently it took him 3 Icon Super Loot Case to get him, and apparently according to him, the first 2 loot cases actually gave him 2 4-star superstars. They were duplicates, but still, that's some crazy luck to open up 3 of those loot cases with a 6% chance only of getting a 4-star superstar, even though that's more than the premium loot case and the majority of the loot cases in the game. Still, 6% chance, and all 3 of them gave you a 4-star regardless if it was a duplicate or not. That's some really good luck. But yeah, congrats to all of you who got, you know, Taker, or even if you got any other 4-star for that matter, that's still really good. Anyways, that aside, I'm going to focus this episode on the next update, which I think is going to be right before Extreme Rules. Reason being that historically we've gotten a big update before every single pay-per-view, the weekend of the pay-per-view. So I'm thinking, you know, Extreme Rules is coming up. I know we just recently got an update giving us Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable. It was an unexpected update, surprise update, but I don't think that's the Extreme Rules update, and I've said that before. I think that'll come the week, or more specifically the weekend of Extreme Rules, which is July 15th, so likely like the Friday before the show airs. So what's going to happen? What's going to be included in this big update? Well, I want to go ahead and give my wish list, what I'd like to see in this update, and in the comments section, give me your wish list. Let us know what you'd like to see from the superstars, match types, any gameplay changes. And hey, if Reliance Games happens to be watching this, they can see the comment section, and even if maybe it's too late to add some of these things, maybe they can see what the people want and add it in the future updates. So I'm going to go ahead and start it off with the superstars. And right off the bat, two of them come to mind. The first one is one that I've mentioned before and one that I wanted to see in a previous update, but we actually didn't end up getting him, and that is Bobby Lashley. I mean, come on, he's on the card of Extreme Rules. He's likely going to be the main event because for some reason, the past couple of pay-per-views, the WWE Championship has not main evented the shows. AJ Styles and Nakamura, they've gone on before the actual main event. Happened at Backlash and also happened at Money in the Bank. Now, in this case, yeah, he's taking on Rusev, but I think that'll also not main event the show, and it'll likely be Roman Reigns versus Bobby Lashley closing out the show. So the big match, you know, the highlighted match of the show features a superstar that's not in the game, and you know, with all the pay-per-views, they like to have events of those pay-per-views. And within those events, in the game, you take on the superstars that are competing in the actual events. So with him likely being in the main events, I think it'd be very important to have Lashley in there. And so Lashley pretty much makes the most sense out of all the superstars to get added in the Extreme Rules update. You know, for the other pay-per-views, he was competing against Sami Zayn, he was in a tag team match with Braun Strowman, so it wasn't that big of a deal. But right here, he's going to be a big part of Extreme Rules, so I feel he should be a big part of the update and get added into Mayhem. And also on top of that, the official Mayhem Facebook page. Now this might be a hint, this might not be a hint, this might just be them talking about this. They went ahead and posted up the article on WWE.com announcing that Roman Reigns is going to go one-on-one with Bobby Lashley, and they said this is going to be explosive. Who do you think is going to bring on the Mayhem at Extreme Rules? So, hey man, they're talking about Lashley. Maybe this is an indication or a small hint that, hey, we're thinking about Lashley and he might just get added in the Extreme Rules update. I'd like to see it. I'm thinking if he gets added, he's definitely going to be a powerhouse. Question is, what about the strikes? Is it going to be slow strikes or quick strikes? I'd like it to be quick strikes. He's a pretty quick big dude, so I'd like to see him with the same type of strikes that Roman Reigns has. Now if Lashley gets added and he gets the proper finisher, that would be the third person in the game with a spear. They've currently got Roman Reigns with a spear, Goldberg with a spear, he would be the third. I sure hope if he does get added that he does get the spear and not just that vertical suplex. I did not like that at all as a finisher, so I was really happy when I saw them let him use the spear once again. Now next up on my list is Drew McIntyre. I want to see him in there with the Claymore Kick and the Future Shock DDT, and also with the ability to tag up with Dolph Ziggler to hit that tag team finisher that they've got. I think it's a really cool tag team finisher, the Claymore Kick into the zigzag, so I'd like to see that combination. And also as far as strikes go, I'd also like to see the quick strikes, but you know, being realistic here, actually I think it's more likely that Drew McIntyre gets quick strikes while Bobby Lashley gets the slow strikes. And as far as class goes, I think Drew McIntyre could work as a brawler or wildcard. The thing is though, if he's a wildcard, then that pretty much confirms that he doesn't get the quick strikes, unless he becomes like the first, you know, wildcard superstar with the quick strikes. All the other wildcards have the slow strikes like Kane, or the medium strikes with the dropkick at the end, which is what most wildcards have anyways. Now moving on to match types. I've got two matches in mind. The first one I think should be pretty easy because part of it is already in the game, and that is a tables match, where to win the match you've got to put the opponent through a table. They've already got tables moves where you can, you know, hit an elbow drop on the opponent through a table, or, you know, military press drop him through a table, this and that. So I think, you know, this would be easier to add than some of the other matches in the game. Now, obviously, for a tables match, they would likely make it harder to put the opponent through a table. Like, it wouldn't be just an automatic special move, or the first special move that you do, or charge attacks is you putting the opponent through a table. You would likely have to drain the opponent's health a good amount to be able to put him through a table first. And then the second match, this is actually one that I'd prefer to see over the tables match if I could only choose one, is a steel cage match. Even though I don't like steel cage matches in real life on TV, I think it'd be pretty cool for Mayhem. It'd be a different type of match. but more specifically a steel cage match where in order to win, you've got to escape the cage. That way it makes it different than a regular match where you pin the opponent. And also that would kind of make up for the Elimination Chamber, because when that came out, or when that was first announced, you know, a lot of us wanted to see the ability to use the chamber, throw the opponent onto the steel or the outside of the chamber, this and that, but really the only thing you could do is climb up the pod and jump from it. So with a steel cage match, it'd be cool to see moves with the steel cage, various ways to send the opponent onto the cage, and then to win the match, you know, you have to go ahead and climb out of it. I think it'd make for a unique match type and also some new moves when you throw the opponent onto the steel cage. So yeah, those are the two matches that I'd like to see, and as far as gameplay changes, it's really simple for me. It's basically three things that I'd like to see go back to how it used to be. Number one, the rewards. The rewards are so low compared to what they used to be. I'd like to see it go back to how it used to be, especially when it comes to the Raw and SmackDown events. Second thing would be to make the gold required to recover your 4-star superstar in versus mode go back to 5 instead of 10. It's been doubled since, you know, the last major update. I'd like to see it go back to 5. And finally, last but not least, is I'd like to see Superstar mode go back to requiring 1 energy per node like it used to be. Except for, you know, certain events, for select events where it takes 2 instead of 1. Because even, you know, before this change, there were some events that took more energies per node than others. So that's pretty much it for my wish list. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, click the like button down below. I'll likely have a video on Bork Laser sometime soon. Not related to Mayhem, just about Brock Lesnar. And with that said, I'm out, guys. See ya.